So, hi everyone. My name is On Yavin. I'm the founder and CEO of Cointelligence. At Cointelligence, we do data research and analysis for the crypto economy. And we've been focusing mainly on due diligence for ICOs. We created a rating system that we believe is the best rating system in the industry at the moment. A part of the reason that I'm saying that it's the best is because we actually do impartial, independent rating, and we do not accept payments for ratings. That's a part of the reason that we are doing a very good rating job, in my opinion. I'd like to start and show you a video that will explain shortly why we need due diligence.
Okay, here we have two standard files, and we have a video file.
So how big is the file that we're looking at now?
Okay, it's 90 megabytes. It's a move file and a trailer, The Incredibles, which just came out that too.
And are you going to reduce this file?
Yeah, I'm going to convert it into a play file, and it's going to be reduced dramatically. So let's see. I'm going to drag it in. This is our platform. Now, when it's uploading, I'm going to choose how many times I want the person I'm sending it to open the file, to be able to open the file, and how long I want him or she to watch it. Put on 30 minutes. I turn on acceleration, which utilizes the GPU instead of CPU.
So it took 10 seconds to compress the file.
Yeah.
How big is the new file?
The new file is 472 bytes.
So you reduced 90 megabytes in 10 seconds to 472 bytes.
Exactly.
That's Incredibles.
And now I'm going, The Incredibles. And here you have 472 bytes playing.
Unbelievable.
Yeah, and you can jump in the movie. You can see here you have 19 times, 19 views left, and 29 minutes to watch.
Shut up and take my money.
And you can jump like back and forth, mute, full screen, everything.
So what we just saw now is a file being reduced to 472 bytes from 90 megabytes. After my research team did the research and also consulted with 12 different CTOs, among them 4 compression specialists, we found that there's no way, absolutely no way that they could have done that. So my point here is to show you that for scams, you don't need to think that only if you have an anonymous hacker or anonymous kid that just got a website up and running to get the investors' money for nothing. We see that on CNBC, a very, very known and popular show with the person that you saw that is considered to be one of the biggest influencers in the industry. And don't get me wrong, I approached Ron and I asked him about it, and he said that he is not supposed to do tech due diligence. So I don't understand what he is supposed to do if he has this kind of a show. Now that we understand that we have to have due diligence, we have all kinds of levels of due diligence. And what we do is very deep research on the ICOs and STOs. This is our first report. We started about a year ago. And when we planned the rating system, obviously we had to make a lot of changes because the industry is changing on, I would say, even a daily basis. And these are the categories that we analyze. These are the ones that we can actually speak in public because obviously we have some secret sauce that we're not sharing, but you can see that we are analyzing data integrity, vision, team identification, product, social engagement, legal entity, and marketing. Each one of these categories have about a dozen of subcategories. Now, you can see that after we rated 110 different ICOs, we reached this number, which is 6.7 average. Now, beside the CNBC show that we have just seen, you have hundreds of ICO rating websites. Websites that are similar to Cointelligence, my website, but the huge difference is that you don't see an average score of 6.7. You see an average score of, if they rank out of 10, 8, 8.5. If they rank out of 5, the average would be between 4 to 4.5. Why is that? Because these websites, and I'm talking about 99% of the rating websites, I know only of one other website beside Cointelligence that I'm not sure about. I can't tell you if they do it or not, but all of them accept bribes for ratings. Very simple. You approach a rating website, you ask to be listed on the website. Doesn't matter right now if they have a listing fee or they don't have a listing fee, which I don't have any problem with because everyone needs to earn some money. We do not charge any listing fee, but that's completely fine. They ask you to pay for ratings. And another thing that they do, which is much, much, much worse, is that one of the advisors working with these websites, some of them, actually approach the ICOs and ask them to pay him, and if they don't pay him, they will lower the score. They will get the score down. Now, one of the categories is integrity. Integrity includes, like I said, about a dozen of subcategories, but one of the key factors would be the white paper and the website. So I'm skipping the competitor analysis for now because we won't have time for it, but the duplicated content, the second on the list here, we found that almost 10% of the rated ICOs that we rated lost points because of duplicated content, which means that we've seen whole white papers being copied. Okay, that's the worst case. But what we've seen is parts of the white paper being copied, and we're talking about significant parts of the white paper. Now, how do we do that? We have a special algorithm that scans the entire website and then goes out to the web and scans everything out there to check what kind of content was duplicated. And that's how we find it. The last part here, which is the outdated or wrong information, is something that we discovered that when ICOs do not update their information on their website or on any other platform like the ICO listing or rating websites, and obviously we don't expect them to update it on a daily basis, but in a relevant time, then it's much more probability for a scam. I'll skip this part. We see that the average score for Vision was 6.4. We have encountered many ICOs that are going to land blockchain on the moon and going to have a blockchain phone and all kinds of crazy monkey business that doesn't make sense. The product score, obviously, we see that it's a very low score to many of the ICOs. And what we can see now, and I'm saying that it's obvious because what we can see now is the new generation of ICOs, not just two founders and a white paper raising $100 million. We are seeing a new generation of ICOs that already got a product, if it's an MVP or if it's actually a working product. One of the examples that I really like to mention is a company that is called WinMiner. And WinMiner does a one-click software for mining. Actually, the founders are here with us, and they already have almost 200,000 registered users. That's the way to do an ICO, in my opinion, to have a working product before you go out to the public and raise money. Now, here I would like to talk about this. Wait, before that, I'll just explain that when you see these parameters, the marketing parameter, we rate it as low to high risk. And these factors usually don't change the score itself, but it gives you an insight of what to look at. And obviously, all these factors are published for every ICO on our website. But I would like to talk about the risk factor with regards to the partners. What we found is that many of the ICOs have amazing partnerships. Some of them that we investigated have partnerships with IBM, Intel, Google, Microsoft, whoever you want from the big 500 fortune. When we picked up the phone or email or whatever and checked with the company if they actually work with that specific ICO, many, many times we got an answer saying, what is an ICO? What are you talking about? We have no idea who they are. And obviously, we make sure that we talk to the right person. We always look for the one that is handling the crypto or the blockchain investments or partnerships and so on. And they didn't know these ICOs. And until now, we didn't get the comment from these ICOs. By the way, it's a new thing with blockchain and crypto in the industry. When you meet someone at an event, for example, and you just say hello and you sit down for coffee and you shake hands, a day later, tomorrow, you see the logo of the company as a partner. Now, I would like to mention that it's very, very important to understand. Don't trust anyone. Don't even trust me. I don't think that you can rely only on my website, only on Cointelligence. It's a very good start. It's a very good start to know who to avoid, who not to interact with, but you have to do your own due diligence. The biggest problem that we have with the industry at the moment, obviously we had the period of the FOMO, the fear of missing out, so everyone joined in the investments and didn't want to miss it. Now it's much more relaxed because of the situation with the market, but I am sure that in the upcoming years, there will be new trends, new hypes, and you need to be very, very careful, because even if you take advice from your best friend, someone in your family, or even if you listen to me, then you can't really know what's behind it if you don't check. So this is a good start, but after that, you should do your own personal due diligence. Thank you very much, everyone.
Big hand of applause. One question. We have one question for, yeah.
Sorry, I missed starting part of the presentation. Maybe you said it, but what is the cost for an ICO to get listed on your webpage and receive the full due diligence that you're doing?
So at Cointelligence, we don't charge for anything. We don't charge for a listing fee. All ICOs and STOs can be listed for free completely. And for ratings, like I said, we will never charge for ratings, because when you charge for it, it means that you're not objective. And we choose our own, we choose the ICOs that we rate. If someone approaches us, maybe we'll consider to rate them, that's completely fine, but usually we pick them up. No one knows the identity of the raters, and it's always a mix of a few raters with different, obviously, knowledge of what they're rating. And we will never change a rating unless the ICO actually improved. Because we're not here to try and screw up companies. That's not our motto. We want to improve. We want to defend the ICO and STO investors, and we want to make sure that the founders improve. So when a founder approaches us, and on the website we have a score for each of the categories that I mentioned, and the founder asks us, okay, why did I get a 4? For this, we actually explain to him or her what they need to do in order to improve it. And the funniest part is when, beside the fact that I'm getting every about week or two either a legal threat or a death threat, beside that part, we are getting requests from ICOs to advertise on the website, because for advertisement you have sponsored tag. If you advertise, then you pay money. But then they say, okay, but we don't want to pay you money because we got a low score, so give us a higher score. So the answer is no, absolutely not. And the next time that you ask us, we will publish it online and show everyone that you're asking for a better score.
Thank you so much for this answer,
Thank you, everyone.